You see a couple photos here with Matt Kaulig. He is the founding member, executive chairman, and owner of the Kaulig Companies Limited, based out of locally here in Northeast Ohio in the Hudson area. I had the privilege of meeting him after a business breakfast, and I took two takeaways from that 2 minute conversation. One is that he started his over $1 billion a year in sales of his leaf filter gutter protection company that he founded in 2005. In the basement of his home. And so with us, we founded Voices for Voices out of the basement of our home. So that was the first thing. The second thing came to light was I had a Voices for Voices shirt on, and he had his vest with his Kaulig Companies, as you're seeing in these photos, the one of myself with Matt, and then Matt with Vivek Ramaswamy and his family at the Indianapolis 500 or Daytona 500. And that comes down to branding. I had been getting, at that point, a lot of people coming up and saying, "Why are you always wearing your Voices for Voices shirts and hats and jackets?" And my big takeaway and response was, well, starting an organization that not very many people know about, and that's one way to have brand awareness. And so that conversation with Matt, I said that 2 minute conversation, I brought that up because he had that vest on, as you can see in the photo. And he said not to worry about it. He said, don't worry about the haters. He said, when I first started leaf filter gutter protection in 2005 from the basement of his house, he was known as the leaf guy because he always had branded clothing on, shirts and vests and hats and the like. And so that was something huge for me. One is business, profit or nonprofit, starting from the house, starting from the basement, not to be turned away by that, meaning, feel bad that you don't have a office space or an office building. And then two, the branding, that to get your brand, my brand, in front of people, just to have that awareness before they make that choice of volunteering or donating or buying merchandise or tuning into the TV show and podcast, that there has to be brand awareness. So when I had that 2 minute conversation at the end of that business breakfast, when Matt shared that information with me, it gave me a newfound vigor in the things that I had in my mind and things that I were starting to enact, with starting the organization and then the branded clothing that I'm almost always in. So that is information from an individual who has organizations, has a racing team, Kaulig Racing. They sponsor the Champions PGA Tour event at Firestone here in Akron, Ohio, every summer. uh, among a ton of other philanthropic engagements that Matt and his team and his family take part in. So wanted to share this 5 minute or so video that if you're in that same position and you're wondering, oh, do I need office space? Uh, no, you don't. Start it out of your basement, start it out of your dorm, start it out of your apartment, your condo, wherever, your garage. Uh, and then don't be ashamed, and don't feel like you owe other people answers and feedback why you're wearing your branded clothing, kind of like that walking, talking billboard. Uh, because again, I got this feedback from an individual who's running billionaire sales business, and I've always thought that it makes more sense to take the advice from people who are successful and are doing things and making a difference and doing big things. And so that's why taking that uh, taking that advice, and it's been a couple of years since then. Doesn't mean that it's going to shorten the time span from where you're at to where success is, where that comes about. Uh, but that's information coming from a billionaire. And so I wanted to share that couple photos, and we'll see you on the next video.